Hi, everybody. I am so sorry that I'm late. And I'm sorry that for some reason the scheduled Facebook Live did not work. I've been basically beating my head against my computer for the last 20 minutes or so. So I hope you guys tune in and find this live video. I know it's not in the place that it was supposed to be, but shit happens. So hopefully you guys will find the live video and tune in so that I can give you one question, one card tarot readings, which I'm really looking forward to doing. Unfortunately, though, I only have until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the reason why we were supposed to start at 6:30, so that I had an hour with you guys to tell you a little bit about the energy of the new moon in Virgo, how to work with new moon and full moon energy, and then give you readings. So I wanted a whole hour for that, but unfortunately we have a little bit less than that because it is a hard stop at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So my apologies in advance. One, for technology not working the way I wanted it to, and two, for having less time with you guys tonight. In future, I hope that I'm going to get this all streamlined, and I'm definitely going to be recording more Facebook Live videos, more free workshops and information for you guys, because I want to be more comfortable on camera, and also it's a nice way for me to connect to you and also see a little bit about what I do when I do a tarot reading, and if you like my style and vibe with my energy, you can always book a one-on-one consultation with me, so that I can give you more than a one card reading. So in case I didn't say before, my name is Hilary. My website is www.tarotbyhilary.com, and that is Hilary with one L. And I'm here tonight to talk to you guys about the new moon and the full moon, specifically tonight, the new moon in Virgo. What does that mean, and how you can work with new moon energy to manifest the things that you want in your life. Hopefully you can hear me clearly and you can see me clearly, and hopefully you guys will find this live video either while I'm recording live or catching the replay. Again, my apologies that technology did not work the way we all wanted it to tonight. So let me pull up my notes so I can tell you a little bit about the new moon in Virgo, and how to work with new moon energy, and the kind of things that you want to be manifesting during a new moon in Virgo, and two, during a new moon phase in general. So let me pull up my notes. And if you are watching live, please feel free to say hi. And ahead of our tarot reading session, please feel free to put your one question into the group so that I can see it and do your reading for you, so that we don't have any delay in time, because unfortunately, we have a little bit less than an hour to fit all of this stuff in. Hi, Lisa. And when you're doing that, you can ask me any question you want to, but if you are specifically asking me your question in order to get a one card reading, please feel free to put something like that when phrasing your question, using the hashtag tarot, so that I know you're asking me that question, not an in general question, but more, this is my question that I want a one card reading on. Okay? Okay. Again, notes. All right. So what's really funny about the new moon is that the new moon is really wonderful for manifesting stuff and bringing stuff towards you. And actually, I wanted to start out this session by telling you a little bit of a funny story. So the reason why I'm doing this Facebook Live tonight is because I was inspired by Molly Mahoney, the Prepared Performer, I believe is the name of her website. And I just came across her this week. She's amazing. She's got great energy. And I was actually on one of her live workshop calls, and I was inspired to apply some of the stuff that she was talking about. But when I was in this live call, I decided to like sign on to her course about getting confidence on camera. But she had a little bit of like a giveaway thing, and I actually won it. And it's funny because I was literally using some of my manifestation techniques and also the energy of the new moon to be able to win something, and I did. So I thought that was very funny and amusing. And so I won a selfie light. That is just hysterical to me because now I get to use it with you guys for these videos. So the cycle continues. Anyway, I think that's just very funny. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Jessica. Oh, Jessica, yay. It's so good. It's so good to be seen. And Lisa's putting in her question for the tarot. So Lisa, we will get to that after we talk about the new moon and our little free workshop. So I've got you. If you want to take Lisa's lead and also put a question for the tarot in the group or in our little classroom tonight, please feel free to do so, and just let me know. Yes, this is for my one card reading. So yes, I manifested a selfie light yesterday. So very fun. So the information that I have for the new moon in Virgo does not come from me. It comes from a compilation of different astrologers that I follow. And I will give you all of their information and some of their forecasts and predictions. So you can go and follow them and get your astrology stuff straight from the horse's mouth. But I like to use the information that astrologers give to me in my own magical practices, because I have a very rudimentary knowledge of what does the new moon to the full moon mean, and what should you be doing during that moon phase, and what does the full moon to the new moon mean, and what should you be doing during that lunar phase. So I will get to just doing new moon and full moon is very powerful, but I'll get to that in a second. And I'm trying to keep up to the chat at the same time. So let me ignore the chat for right now. I swear I will come back to you guys. I'm not ignoring you. I just want to make sure we get through all of this information that I've got for you tonight. So the new moon in Virgo, this information is from Theresa Reed, the tarot lady. She is a wonderful tarot reader, professional tarot reader for over 20 plus years. I think she might be going on 30 years now. But she is also a wonderful astrologer as well. So she says that the month comes to a close with the new moon in Virgo today. This new moon is ideal for creating a new health regimen. If you've been overindulging in the summertime, picnics, festivities, reboot your healthy habits. Work projects started around this day also have a chance to get moving on the right foot. So that's from Theresa Reed. And I actually have more information from her about the new moon in Virgo, but that is if you are an Astro-Biz Digest subscriber. So I would really recommend subscribing to her Astro-Biz Digest. I'll get to that in a second. But so that is from her August horoscopes and predictions page, which I'm going to include in the chat, so that you have the information and you can also read that for yourself on your own time. So that's from Theresa. And then she also has a full new moon in Virgo post with new moon readings for every astrological sign, which is very generous of her. I love her zodiac sign reading. So I'm going to put that in the chat as well. And what I like to do is not just read for my sun sign, I also read for my ascendant, so my rising sign. So I am sun sign Aries, so I'll read the card for Aries, and then I'll also read the card for Capricorn, which is my ascendant. If you don't know your natal chart, there are many free tools available online for you to get that information. I would recommend astro.com and also cafeastrology.com, and I will put those links in the chat as well. Because if you don't know your natal chart, then you don't know how, one, the energy that you were born under, and two, how the energy that's going on right now in the stars above is affecting your personal natal chart, because it doesn't affect us all in the same ways because we're all born at different times. So, and I already talked about that. So another source of information that I used about the Virgo new moon is Daniel Farr's Moonwise. So I'm going to hold it up here. So this is Daniel Farr's Moonwise. And initially when I was reading it, it does hold true for some of the stuff that Theresa already talked about, but it initially started really negatively and then went into the more positive aspects of moon in Virgo. So it's not just new moon, full moon in Virgo. It's just like the moon in Virgo, and this is what it means. And I'm saying this, so I'm not gonna tell you all the negative stuff because I'd rather not focus on the negative. I mean, one of the negatives of Virgo is they're so detail oriented that it turns out to be a little bit hypercritical. So like try and make friends with your inner critic and like soothe your inner critic so that it's not freaking the hell out during the new moon in Virgo. But the reason I want to mention this to you is that finding the right astrologer or the right tarot reader really goes with finding someone that works with your particular worldview, whether you're an optimist or a pessimist. It's really crucial. You want to walk away from a reading or a tarot reading, astrological reading with a sense of feeling empowered and positive. Though not every reading can be positive all the time, like that's just not possible, and that's not that's not real life. But if you're walking away feeling fatalistic or there's nothing you can do about it or negative, then I would recommend either getting a second opinion or choosing a different reader altogether, because you should feel empowered or with a sense of clarity or a sense of what to do next when you leave either an astrological reading, psychic reading, tarot reading, doesn't matter. You should have this sense of empowerment about your life, because ultimately your life is in your hands. You write that story. You are the main star of your own movie that is your life. So I already covered this, but other places to go for astrological information and for your natal chart is at cafeastrology.com and astro.com. I'll pop that into the chat as well. And I'm going to, again, say Theresa's Astro-Biz Digest subscription is really awesome. It is geared towards entrepreneurs. But I find I just like that information just to plan my life better all around, not just for entrepreneurship, not just for career, just in general. I like having that astrological information. Barbara says, preach. I'm not quite sure which part. I think probably, empowering reading. If you don't walk away feeling empowered, then what the hell is the point of getting a tarot reading or a psychic reading in the first place, right? So let me quickly run through the comments, make sure I'm not missing out on anybody. Nope, I think I got it pretty much covered. All right, let me go back to my notes. Oh, yes. And also, I just listened to my friend Lisa's new moon in Virgo reading that she put out this morning. She is also a wonderful tarot reader and an astrologer, and I believe Reiki healer as well. Lisa, you'd have to correct me. So her keywords is this energy is intuitive, creative, practical, and realistic. And actually, not only is the moon in Virgo right now, there are 5 planets in Virgo right now: the sun, the moon, Mercury, Mars, and Venus. So it really results, and since the new moon, since Virgo is an earth sign, it feels really practical, really like get out there, get her done. And especially if you have a lot of Virgo in your personal natal chart, you're going to feel like fantastic and on fire and ready to do all the things. So does that make sense to everybody? Hopefully it does. So that's all about Virgo, the new moon in Virgo. So now we're going to get quickly, since I am keeping an eye on the time because I want time to give you some tarot readings as well. Hopefully I'll be able to get to everybody in advance. If I'm sorry if I don't get to everyone tonight. Again, technology is a bitch. So what do you do during a new moon phase? As a new moon represents the start of a new lunar cycle, it symbolizes new beginnings. So you use the energy of the new moon to achieve goals, start on a new project, especially starting on a new project, or getting done something that's already in progress that you feel like you started strong and then started fizzling. But the energy is more about starting and beginnings. You can also reflect on old goals that you had made during maybe a previous new moon phase and set new ones based on those old ones, or carry over the old goals into your new goals if you're ready to do that, or determine that, yes, I still want to work towards that goal. So that's new moon to full moon. It is bringing towards us. For full moon to new moon, that is a time of releasing what no longer serves you, letting go, releasing. If you're doing magical work of banishing and binding, that is also an excellent time to do that. Most of all, I would say full moon to new moon, again, evaluating those goals, but evaluating those goals that no longer resonate with you and letting them go. Either ritualistically, you can write those goals on a piece of paper and burn them in a fire safe container to release that energy, or just don't do it anymore. If it's something that you keep on starting and stopping and starting and stopping, and you realize you no longer want to do it, within reason, of course. I mean, there are some things that we don't like to do, but we have to do, like laundry. I wish I could just put that in a fire safe container and burn it all up so I never have to do laundry again. But the goals that you've set for yourself that are no longer resonating with you, let those goals go during the full moon to new moon. Okay? So, of course, there are... Oh, no, someone lost the video and back again. Okay. Oh, hopefully that's just a little hiccup there, Lisa. I swear I will get to readings. So knowing new moon to full moon and full moon to new moon, yes, there are other specific phases, of course, that run within that, like waning gibbous, waxing gibbous, first quarter, second quarter, dark of the moon. But really, what I found to be more powerful is just honoring first start. You can add to the practice later if you feel so inclined, but as a start, keeping it simple keeps it really powerful. So let me go back to my notes here. Yeah. So a lot of this stuff boils down to simply paying attention to the phase of the moon and going with the flow of the energy that's already present and not against it. So again, like I said, there's so much more to astrology that we're not going to get into tonight because we simply don't have the time, and we really don't have the time with all the tech snafus from before. But if you simply honor the new and full moons, new to full, full to new, you were like 10 steps ahead of the game. And with my own personal magical practice, I keep on coming back to keeping it simple. Simple is simple, and it's also very powerful. So before we move into the live readings portion of the evening, of which we only have about 15 minutes, I really do want to do a hard stop at 7:30 because actually the astrology is not so great for anything after 7:30, but I will try and get to everyone. But if you're interested in this kind of stuff, these kinds of topics, and also tying tarot into it, I would really recommend you signing up for the Card Slingers Conference that I'm going to be teaching at in St. Louis the first weekend of November. So that's November 2nd and 3rd. It's in St. Louis, and I will be teaching my signature class using tarot for spell work. So all of this kind of information, if this kind of stuff is vibing with you and you can get to St. Louis the first weekend in November, I would love to talk to you more about it and also see your bright and shining face. And of course, there's going to be other people teaching. So there will be 4 classes in all and a final Q&A panel with all of the teachers. I believe it's Melissa Sonova, Jamie Elford, and Amanda Bell. Hopefully I got all of your names correctly. And enrollment is limited to only 30 people because that's the amount of seats that we can legally accommodate before, the police come in and say you have too many people in here. So I will provide the link to the Eventbrite page where you can get more information and you can purchase tickets. So, right. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you guys got a lot of information and that it's not too overwhelming. Honestly, just keeping it simple, even going from like new moon to full moon. If you're not ready to release stuff, but you want to start to manifest stuff, honor the new moon to the full moon and do all of your manifestation during that. I also wanted to add the new moon and the full moon is powerful enough that the effects can be felt 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after. So, and that's especially true with full moons. So you do have time to start to integrate this stuff into your practice right now, considering this is the new moon in Virgo today. So you've got today, you've got tomorrow, you've got Sunday, and you've got Monday to do your manifestation stuff and bring things towards you. Like I did my selfie light that I'm going to get in the mail soon. Anyway, so it's time for readings. Let me go ahead and look through. And I believe Lisa was the first one to post her question. So Lisa, I'm doing your question right now. Oh, and I also wanted to add a little bit about like the new moon stuff. You can charge your crystals if you're a crystal person in the light of the new moon or the full moon or, just the moon to help in your manifestations. So actually what I'm wearing right now, and I put this on specifically for this workshop, this is my psychic mala that Jen Cintron made for me. And these are rainbow moonstone, I believe labradorite, and this purple one, I feel like it's a combination of amethyst and fluorite. I'm not sure about that. Jen, if you happen to watch this video at all, please feel free to comment with which beads you used, which gemstones you used for this beautiful mala that I commissioned from her. And it has a little owl on it. And so I put this on. I can actually use it as a mala, but I use it as a necklace as well. And I put it on right before I give readings, as long as I can remember it. And it really helps me to focus. And also it's a signal to the universe, I'm ready to work. And then when I take it off, it's basically saying, okay, I'm done working. Like you can stop sending me all of this stuff. I also, so I'm wearing my my rose quartz earrings right now, but I also have rainbow moonstone earrings that I wear all the time. So, and they have a beautiful flash to them. The camera doesn't do it justice. But one note of caution, when you're wearing rainbow moonstone or any kind of stone that helps you with the psychic arts or with getting more in touch with your intuition, don't overload it. Like if you're wearing rainbow moonstone earrings and a necklace and a ring and a bracelet, like that might be too much energy. So just be aware of that. I've found that from experience because I actually did end up doing that, and I felt like such a space cadet for the entire day, and I was just like, I don't know why I can't retain anything, or like I feel like I am an alien all day, and then I look down and I'm just like, oh, I'm covered in rainbow moonstone. That'll do it. So anyway, just an aside, just a cautionary tale from me to you. So, and I had a moment also before I went live that all my cards fell out. So it felt like 78 card pickup going on. So they were ready to work. Let's just say that. So, okay. One card reading for Lisa. Lisa is first. When will my divorce be completed? So Lisa, I'm going to preface that when questions, I can't get dates, times, but I can give you a general ballpark or try to. But it usually with tarot and timing, it more goes with when this happens and this happens and this happens, then this will happen. So I'm looking at the number 7 because you're getting the 7 of Wands tonight for your question. And I'm also going to give you a little tip about timing in the tarot. Sometimes you want to actually bake the timing into the question. So instead of saying, when will my divorce be completed? You might want to say, will my divorce be completed within 6 months, a year? Give it a time frame into the question, and you might be able to get a more specific answer from the tarot. So just a quick tip. But I am getting the 7 of Wands for you tonight about that question. So it definitely hasn't been easy. It's been dragging on more than you would like, and there's been more of a fight than you would have liked. It feels like you've been on the defensive for so long that you're just like any kind of good news for you right now would be appreciated. So the 7 of Wands is not a great card to get for that particular question, but I am also looking at the number as well. So it could be 7 weeks, could be 7 months, it could be the 7th month of the year, which would be July. But normally it's not like 7 days, and normally it's not like 7 weeks. It's more like 7 months or the 7th month of the year. So maybe 7 months from now or this coming July. But it does have that connotation of it's been dragging. You feel like it feels very, you've had to be defensive for like every single stage of the process. And I will circle back for Lisa's confirmation after I get through the readings. So Barbara's question is, will I have success on September 17th? And that's a flyer card. So I'm going to give you 2 cards, Barbara, since 1, I'm feeling generous, and 2, the card that's coming out is not that great without context. And again, yes or no questions, will questions, not the best ones to ask for the tarot. You want to do more of how or why or internal motivation, because will I is a yes or no question. When is a very specific timing question. So the tarot tends to not really like those kind of questions, but I am going to answer them anyway. Just see the general vibe that the tarot is bringing up for that situation. So for September 17th, Barbara, you're getting, first, the flyer card was the 5 of Wands, which is a lot of competition. So I feel like the next card that comes after the 5 of Wands in the order of the tarot is the 6 of Wands, which is success, victory. But it's like success and victory that's really, really hard won, because right now you're getting the 5 of Wands. You're not getting the 6 of Wands. I really would have liked for you to get the 6 of Wands, but this is the card that you're getting right now. So the 5 of Wands is usually about group politics, competition, my stick's bigger than your stick. But it also is about figuring out other people's strengths and weaknesses and trying to do something in a group that the sum is greater than the parts. I hope that makes sense. So that's your flyer card that flew out when I was shuffling for you. But then your second card is the Hermit. So it is this tricky balance that you have. In order to get success on September 17th, you need to both listen to the group, but also know when to listen to yourself and to be in solitude and to rely on yourself. So it's a little bit of a tricky balancing act, but I feel like if you do manage that tightrope, that you will be successful. Because it's not easy what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing on September 17th, but I feel like you're a bit of a trailblazer, and I think of that word when I see the Hermit because of the lantern. It's like you're lighting a torch with what you're doing, and that illuminates the path for people that come after you. So I hope those two cards made sense to you, Barbara. And I'm going to keep scrolling through. See if there's any more readings. Yay. Hi, Sarah. All right, Sarah's got the next question here. And Lisa says, thank you very much. Barbara says, gotcha. So I'm guessing those cards resonate, and Barbara said she'll message. Okay, sure. Now, remember, guys, as I'm doing these free readings, this is the only time that I do free one-card readings. Most of the time, my readings are for pay. And if you want to get more in depth with me and actually have a reading with me with more cards, and you like my reading style or the energetic connection, please feel free to book a one-on-one session with me. www.tarotbyhilary.com. I've got an online scheduler that's absolutely awesome, and I will be so happy to work with you. So, moving on to Sarah's question, what can I do to improve my job hunting situation? Job hunting / situation. I'm reading it as job hunting and / situation. So. And I know that Sarah is also an excellent tarot reader. So, Sarah, whatever you get from this card, please feel free to add on your own interpretations and what you see in the card as well. And the same goes for all of you. Like, you're all psychic. I don't know why people act like they're not. We all have intuition. We just need to practice it in order for it to really speak to us and work for us. And not have the whispers of intuition become screams. Because when it comes screams, you know you've been ignoring your intuition. I speak from experience. So, Sarah, what can I do to improve my job hunting / situation? Okay. So, with this whole situation, you've been feeling really uprooted and feeling like you don't have hearth or home. And the reason why I say that is because you're getting the Empress card reversed. And the Empress card, to me, when upright, is about nurturing, compassion, a sense of home, a sense of belonging. and also leadership as well. So with the reversal of the Empress, it feels like you have to mother yourself more, nurture yourself more in order to bring it back into balance. And also realize with job hunting, like, you are not mommy. If that makes sense, I think it does. I think that that phrase resonates with you. It actually reminds me a lot of what my friend Melissa Sinova said to me one time, or said to me when she was teaching a workshop. She's one of the teachers at the Card Slingers Conference in St. Louis, and she lives in St. Louis. So she said it took her a long time to realize that I'm not the Empress when I'm doing a tarot reading or when I'm teaching. I'm the High Priestess. And that was just like an, oh, kind of come to Jesus, come to the goddess moment for me, because it's just like, you can be kind, but you're not their mother. And when you're doing the work that you're doing, whether it's job situation, teaching, job situation, other way, because I know you're a teacher of other things, Sarah, you can teach them, but you cannot learn the lessons for them. That's what I'm getting when I'm seeing the Empress reversed. Like, you're not mommy, you're not the Empress, you're the High Priestess. Hope that makes sense. I just got like chills going down my back, so I feel like that might have been a message for me as well. So thank you, Sarah, for asking the question. Oh, Barbara says you are amazing and so thorough. Thank you, Barbara. I really appreciate that. And she had to run, so she took off. Sarah says that makes sense. Thank you. Yeah. Like, oh, that's just like, it's so good, but it's also like, ah! So I think I'm all caught up with readings, and it is 7:29 right now. Is that crazy or what? If I'm wrong about that, or if you've been shy and you haven't posted the question that you want to ask the tarot, go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap up this video and I'm going to get my Labor Day weekend started. So speak now or forever hold your peace until the next time I do one of these videos. And because of the program that I signed up for about camera confidence, I will be doing more of these videos. And I'm just going to shuffle up the cards, get ready for the next reading if there is one. If not, I'm going to start my weekend. And thank you all so much for coming. I'm sorry again about the snafu with the technology, and I will figure out the pre-scheduling of Facebook Live so that this does not happen again. But it's all a learning process, right? Aw, Sarah says, thank you so much. I gotta bounce, but I miss your face. I miss your face too, Sarah. That's so funny that you said that, because that's kind of the same thing that Melissa, who I just talked about, says to me all the time. Your face, your mother's face, your face. So I find it really funny that you're saying the same kind of wording as she does. All right, well, I think everyone is taken care of, and you got some new moon information, and you got some readings. So what a great way to start this Labor Day weekend. I hope you all are going to have a wonderful weekend and have great plans for this weekend. If you're working, I hope that work goes smoothly. And if you're not working, if you're on vacation or you're having that last hurrah of the summer, I hope it is a fabulous time for you. So I'm going to wrap up now. Again, my name is Hilary. My website is www.tarotbyhilary.com, and that is Hilary with one L, and I will pop it into the chat so you remember it. And if you like what you see here, please feel free to book a reading with me. I would love to be able to serve you with the tarot. Oh, Lizzie, I love you too. All right, have a wonderful night. Mwah. And I will catch you on the flip side, and I will definitely advertise it again. Maybe not pre-schedule next time, or if I do so, figure it out first. All right, take care. Have a great weekend.